guys doing today? Good. Trying to get a jump on tomorrow and Saturday.
Get a head start, huh?
Get a head start.
A lot of them, I guess, were open yesterday.
Yeah, I saw, I went to Brooklyn and I saw probably about 5 or 6 of them. There's one big one just when you head out of town here in Somerset on the left-hand side.
Yeah. Got any easy colors?
No.
Cuteness, right? Oh, too bad. Too bad they're little. I mean, I guess it's fixable. Oh, it's super heavy. Super heavy. See, it does not have a lid. Still pretty cool for $35. Oh, definitely, please. Okay, I'm gonna scan real quick. This is, and then I'm going to pick away. Pick away, yes. There again, they don't necessarily have the lid, so. Oh, and then look what yummies are in there. Okay. That's, I picked that one. I may go back a second time. That is huge. Huge. Let's see. Oh my gosh, these little dolls are cute. I think I'm gonna definitely grab that. Look at that age. I'm trying to hold stuff and film at the same time. It is not easy. Okay, I'm gonna go through this one more time. I got a load in my hand. So let's look to see what's left. I could go home and I would be happy. My total spend was $560 here. I'm not using a mic today because it's too much. It eats up my battery life. So that is my one haul. Just one haul from one stop. Interesting. Never had any white ones. Oh. It's for proofing bread. Fancy.
We don't. No, we do farm to table dinner. Oh, thank you. Okay, I see all your chairs. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I thought it was lazy Susan. 'Tis the season. 'Tis the season. I don't know. It's this little guy. Whole nativity is 10 if I had room for it. Wow. Look at the little sheep out there. They're cute. That was a terrible having to figure out how to park. And then you're like, gosh, I hope there's something good for how I had to figure out how to park. And I don't think I'm seeing anything. Oh, that's okay. That's life. That's all good. There's a croc for $25. An elephant. Croc with a lid. That's cool. $15. Candlestick is 65.
It's the same ones as my other ones, though. Yeah, it's the same, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's a little bit on the crooked side. I'm trying to decide if it's cool, but it's heavy. I don't know. Cookie molds. That's resin. 4 minutes. I think they're all resin though. Rolling pins, hello. Is that one of those cookie presses? Cookies, Spritz cookies? 45. I may not get much at this sale. That's cool. A little screen. That's a fun screen. Newer cookie press for 10. Handmade basket. Almost looks like Nantucket. Look how cute that is. $65. Actually, it's not too bad. What is in here? What's in here? Something. I like that green or that orange paint. Oh, that's that needs a dowel. That's a paper towel holder. Take this out. It's a paper towel holder. I'm probably gonna grab that. Ice cream bucket. Cool. That. Fun piece of wood. Bull. 15. Be strong, be strong. That's super cute. Super cute. Back out there. There you go. Oh, that's really cute. That's really cute. 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 Cute.
Yeah, bought every
Cute.
one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you have to clean everyone.
So you have, people just kind of dissect a little bit, but you have handles.
Are you trying to trade too?
Yeah, I'll buy it.
Santa lost his hat. Not looking so good here. Well, last couple years, this was a good spot. Like this is where it begins in Addison. But I don't know. It's Thursday, and it was a little too new for me. So it's all good. Keep on looking. Somebody was a fireman, and then they're selling the collection off. Look at all the fire we've actually tried to sell, but unfortunately they don't, unless it's a fireman looking for something in an antique store. So I'm gonna pass. It is a collection. I don't know, maybe it's an alcohol bottle. There's so much stuff here. Oh, it's cracked. Oh my goodness, it is so muggy. That, can you see? It is packed full, but we should have been leaving with something. 3 years ago, that was the place that I found my very first breadboard at, this, like the rectangle one that I have, and the horse that's the chippy painted horse in my bathroom. I come back every year thinking, you're expecting that same results, but not this year, darn it all the pickers got to the good stuff already. That I think, anyway. Taste is personal. It was just a toast rack. I have to say, I love the tin, the top, but it's plastic.
They weren't as expensive.
Supper, it's a little mildewy. It is humid out there, y'all. Yeah, I probably should have done my whatnot a little bit differently before going out to 127 or the 120. Well, I hit 127 and the US12 sales, of course, landed again on the same weekend. You think whoever organizes that can organize that a little bit better. So I feel like I'm melting. So up till wee hours of the morning, wrapping up whatnot, like 1, and then I got back up around 5-ish, 5:30. We'll stretch it out a little bit, because I had hit that 1,000 sales, and my mod Denise told me, hey, don't run your tags, because like once you hit that 1,000 sales and whatnot, then you get paid automatically instead of after each one is delivered, like 3 days afterwards. So of course, who wants to wait for their money? So then I got back up the next morning, printed off all the labels. I think I shipped 103 items total. Thank you all. Thank you so much for telling me that I got to go back out there and find primitives. And that's what old stuff, old pre-loved stuff, vintage. I wasn't even sure if I was going to do the sales, because it is where I get to catch on, I guess, or enter 127 is the beginning, is at Addison. It's the beginning of the 127 sales. And then, of course, I live right off US 12. And then it's always questionable when the sales start. Do they start on Wednesday? Do they start when they say they start on Friday? So it's just crazy, because you just have to be willing to drive. And my rule of thumb is usually like, okay, after 5 sales that I've stopped at, I'm just going to turn around and go home. I'm not, it's only me, and it would be more fun. It would be. I used to go with Alex, but now he's got Becca. Yes, I'm whining. And Chris doesn't, garage sales aren't his vibe of stopping and starting, because I think I went to 11. Usually my rule of thumb is 5, and I'm like, come on, there's got to be something out here. And so I don't know if it's because it was Thursday or what, but the US 27 sales were supposed to start on Thursday. And then 12's Friday. Maybe that's how I don't know, y'all. So my enter point of what the sales, and so I doubled and then threw in another little one there. And I'm like, if I don't find anything else, I'm just gonna head home. Maybe somebody else has set up in the time. But I am glad that I did. I'm glad that I'm like, you know what? Those ladies have wonderful stuff in Somerset. They were actually open yesterday. So what did they have yesterday? I kept hearing that. I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have known. Because I don't know, it's probably 40 minutes for me, but for good stuff, you go. You go. Um, and I did. I spent $550 and like, oh God, where's an ATM? Because I think I just spent most of my cash. Was not expecting that. I knew I bought a lot there the last couple years, so well worth it. Um, oh, it's just great stuff, and it's one lady stuff. So I asked them, I'm like, finally, I was at a point like years past, they've always been so busy, and you can see why. That I never got to really chat, and I didn't even get to chat with them that long. I just finally introduced myself, gave them one of my cards. I film your area, and to find out that they do the finders keepers sales. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, okay. I've never gone to a Finder Keepers. In our area, they tend to be on a Sunday, and there's always something going on, and Chris is never very interested in it. So there again, I will go, but it's more fun to go with others. Yeah, I know you think I'd have a friend, but when you're a picker, your picker friends want to pick too. It's hard to pick together, y'all. So, and even that, even like, like I phoned Alex and Becca, and I'm like, how y'all doing picking? And they went through the Niles area, and they hit the jackpot. Some guy with banana boxes coming out of the basement of the been in there for 40 years. The stories they can tell. Like they're each other's good luck charms. And so the guy's like, hey, if you help me carry these boxes to the tables, you can go through them and pick whatever you want, and I'll make you a great deal. That's the good luck charm of Alex and Becca. Anyway, I might head over there on Friday. I don't know. You'll have to see if there's another video or if I just gave up. I'm sure I'll go out because it's that fear of missing out. Like, what am I missing out? And I'm like, well, maybe the shop with all the marmalade jars in Edwardsburg will be open, which is quite a hike over there because it's like for Alex to Centerville to here, it's like an hour and 40. So then you go, yeah. Anyway, we'll see. Y'all, I got great stuff. You can see it behind me. It is just wonderful primitive. She had great prices. I went back through 3 times, scoured, and I was like, you know what? Don't even think about it. Just grab it. You don't even know what's out there. And I'm glad that God was like, ding, 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 get that. I did have an earlier pick where a friend who's a fellow picker invited me to come pick. She does it with her mom and dad. And they have booths, and then they do shows, and they do lots of the setting up of flea markets and stuff, I believe. And so she let me come over and pick, and so I got a little there was other people pre-picking. It wasn't just me. I want to think I'm special, but I'm not. So I did a little bit of picking there, but really 90% is the one. I mean, you look at this. It was underneath some oops, let me get the price tag off there before I forget to take it off. I try to be really good to take price tags off as soon as I bring them home, so that I don't fall over. Because some people will look at like going, oh, it's mismatched, and I look at it going, oh, it's mismatched. I mean, it's not necessarily. They just cut off whatever reason it's been cut off. They put some hinges on it. They cut a star out of it. I totally love it. I think it's a great backdrop, and I can see using it in my little corner of the world over there that I don't have enough space for. I always want to keep everything. Yes, I wish the Firkins would have had lids. I only picked one because I don't know how well, because it does take a lot of florals to fill it up. And it is fall time, so I only picked one. I probably should have took the other one, and that big grain bucket was broken, the one that looked like this. And it was filled with yummies. You just really had to dig because they had lots of stuff in it, and then you had to decide. It was all separately priced. Don't think it was filled and then you got it. Look at that, yummy! Oh my gosh, that's awesome! Oh gosh, I forgot another tip. Oh, then I gotta get it now, y'all. There's always like trying to get their price tags on it. $10. These old vintage canisters for $10. That's a great deal. yeah, so I'll just take the camera down, pan over it, y'all. I didn't wear a mic because when you're stopping and starting like that, and I don't know if I'm going to film or if I'm going to film, it just eats up my battery life on my phone. And so I'm like, you know what? You're just going to hear everything and see. And it wasn't a ton that I wanted to film. I really liked the one lady that I met, her and her son are a reviewer, but I'm a reseller, and they're resellers, so they got to get the prices that they want. I love that little cookie, spritz cookie press, but I can't do four. And she probably would have, and I didn't say anything, but I'm like, you know what? You deserve it. You pick that. Um, I'm not a very good wheeler and dealer. I'm not, I don't know if it's the influencer in me. I don't want people to give me special treatment or feel like I deserve special treatment. You just, if something's priced and it's either a yay or nay, I'm going to pay it or I'm not going to pay it, or if I really want it. So there's that, y'all. So let me take the camera down and show you. Look, it's a little trio that all fits inside of each other. This is super sticky for whatever reason. That's okay. That's not the first crock that we've ever had that's been super sticky. So this, I don't know how much she charged me for that, but then this was stuck on there. So it is very sticky, but I find if I soak it overnight in Simply Green, it usually becomes unstuck. I mean, there's not terrible, there's a crack in it. That's probably where that was stuck with the humidity, but that's all good, y'all. It's not perfect, and it looks great with bowl filler. The wooden bowl is so yummy. Look at that yumminess. That's old. And then I'm like, I don't know. I like the little primitive accents. Oh, look at that one's hand signed by who made them. I cannot read it. 2015. Little barn cat, little primitive glove. I love the color of the different pumpkins, the little pods there. It's a Christmas wheel. Look at that. It is a Christmas wheel. It has red and green on it. And it's a real wheel, not like Pinocchio. There you go. Again, another crock. It is cracked though, but she wasn't charging a ton for them. And they're just great accent pieces. I love the little face on the snowman. The other snowman pair were so heavy. I'm like, I can't even lift it. So I'm like, no, I don't want to drop it. I think he's super cute. That's something we would have crafted. He's got a little bit of, I'm a little marred up here and there, but he's still super cute. This guy reminds me of somebody. Just that little face. I don't know, Department 56 or something, and Santa is smoking a pipe. I don't know. It was very cute. And then this little basket, it says that it's a Boyd's Bear, but it's a little picnic basket. It does open. Like you can open it up, but it's a little, so that's very cute. I can't believe these were here. The yumminess of the floral butter. This is a nice size one. That's like a medium. And then these rectangle ones, and they actually have pattern on them. A lot of times they don't have pattern. Look at that patina. Oh my gosh, if wood could be toasty, there's our toastiness. This is about burnt. Well, but there again, it's got yumminess to it. Yeah, I did pay for these, but I thought I don't know, I like the color of them for fall. We're definitely there. Oops, my wheel is falling. Just a little prim box, little wooden box. Oh, it used to be crayons. I liked this little coffee stain, tea stain. Smells like cinnamon. Stocking. I thought it was very sweet. And I mean, I think it is so neutral. It doesn't necessarily have to be. Let me back out a second so you can see it more. It doesn't necessarily have to be an item you're like, oh, it's up for Christmas. I feel like you could have it up different seasons. I know when I watch Ann Clay, a lot of the people that she goes in for prim houses do these dowels. So I didn't have to spend a lot for them. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and pick some of them up to see how they sell. I love this little handmade, that carved, any place that you can gather stuff. And I hem-hawed about this, but I love that it's a little 3-set of grungy. Why hem-hawed is it's got a little brokenness. And it's battery operated, so you can, put new batteries in it. But look you put it in something, you don't even notice. There's that. This is actually it's an antique spice container, wooden. It is antique. Look at how hand turned that is. And to have the lid, oh my gosh. I think this was probably glued in the bottom of this. It was in a little baggie, and I thought, oh, I love littles. So, made a wooden bowl made to look like the old crock bowls. Little shaker, salt and pepper shakers, like the one a viewer sent me. This is an inkwell with the cork still. Another little doll. We'll put her over here. That is gorgeous. And it has the lid. I'm pretty sure, that's a good one, folks. I know it is newer. It's probably vintage, probably out of the 80s or 90s. But still, to have wording is always good. Look at the coffee container. Oh, I will try to reproduce these 101 times. Oh, I need to flip that upside down. Always get your tags. If you're a reseller, try your best to remember to get your tags. So I'm going to set that off to the side, upside down, so I can remember to get that off there. Love this little cubby. 2 little drawers. You can fill it up with some yumminess. I don't think it needs to be painted. The boo-boos tell a story. There's just a feel. I know with being a makeover channel, you either know when you look at a piece, like, I can paint that and I can paint it better. I'll get more on Facebook than on my YouTube. I'll get comments like, oh, you ruined it because you painted it. Well, nobody wanted it unpainted. But like that piece, I feel like you can make it better by putting greenery and stuff like that in there. It speaks for itself. It doesn't need to have paint. It's hard to explain that because people always will ask me, like, how do you choose a paint, or how do I choose a wax? I don't know. It's like the item speaks to me. Probably need therapy on that, but the item just kind of tells me, and I don't look at that going, I need to make that better. I look at that going, oh, it just needs a couple accessories, just to fill it up. You're right, y'all. You just know when you know. I don't paint everything. I know people would always think that that don't ever watch my haul videos. I'm like, I don't. You need to watch my. If I think I can make it better and sell a little bit better, I will paint it if I think it needs to. Always, it's personal preference. Yes, I picked up that bag. Look at how just scattering. It just looks like fall, doesn't it? Scattering a whole bunch of little plastic pumpkins around. I already showed you the firkin. The well bucket is beautiful. Oh, there, I forgot another tag. Oh dear, I got the tag off. That's a great well bucket. Stories and all, great with a Christmas tree. We're coming in the season. You get any of your sunflowers, your greenery. It's just great. It's a great bucket. All these little butter scoops, of course, the thickers, the yummiers, but they're still great patina, and then gathering them up, like putting them in a primitive bowl, is just amazing. It's amazing. We talked about the flour tin and the grain, the pantry. So I think this would, even though I don't know where its lid was, I don't even see, like, a lot of times you'll be able to tell the mark of a lid being on there, but so it's lost its lid for a long time, or somebody really did use this bent wood as a scoop for grain. Now, I personally would not have put wording on this because this is actually old. I wouldn't have. I would not have put wording on it, but the wording's on there now. What it's on there, I don't know, so I could try to get it off. Maybe one of the stars, but if I cause more problems than I do, I'll just leave it. Yeah, that's not something I probably would have done, but it is what it is. But it had all these, you had to buy these each individually. She had those all individually priced. And this could be where she tried to sell this item 101 times too, and then nobody would buy it because it's a big grain scoop. If this is the handle, you would have scooped it into the bin. and got yourself a whole bunch of corn to go in and make yourself some flour, or however that works. I don't know. I did find one yummy for Chris. I thought he had the beer tap that looks similar to this, but this is actually a bottle opener. So I was happy to find him something. Locally, I got this, the Edgemont Cracker Tin. Look at how white this one is. They are all different colors and different patinas. A jar full of pincushion tomatoes. Yes, please. This is what I got at that barn. Yeah, the barn sale I thought was going to be so much more. Like if I'm going down all these cornfields, but this is old wood, old handle, and I do think it's a nice decor piece. I do. Yep, there's a hanging system on there that needs help because there's only one nail to hold it on there. That's not going to last very long, but the concept is there. The concept is good. Love this little medical enameled ware white. This I bought as a project piece. I asked if I could just buy it because she had some other stuff in it. I don't think she realized that it was supposed to have a dowel in there. And then if I take this off, paint this up, this I do think I can make it better by taking the handle off, putting a dowel and painting it up. And then it's a paper towel holder, as you all know. I really do sell paper towel holders. At the greenhouse, this was the only 3 items I got. I didn't really film much of it because there wasn't anything that would and awed me. I showed you some of the antiques, but then they had the antiques priced up to where, you can't touch them, but I thought the bunnies were super cute. And then this I got at Carrie's sale, the pre-sale. These cute little signed, look at those little sweet bunnies. Oh, they're so cute. I don't know if they were supposed to be holding something. It doesn't matter. They're so sweet. Look at them. Aww. Got a bread box. I'm like, Carrie, I'm going to put the word bread on there. So, and she didn't care. Some people do. They do care. And then her dad, I was like, this was in one of his cupboards. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's green. That's all I had to be is green. Actually, on my way home, I'm like, oh my gosh, that would look great in my jadeite cupboard, and I could get more of the spices instead of selling them. Little shakers. I love this little guy. I've never seen the little fruit, so that would look great. Look at those right there. Could fill up that little basket, and I could have another collection for somebody. And then I bought her dad's clay jars out of his cupboard because I've been doing clay marbles out of his cupboard because I've been doing that like 5 and 6 of them, depending on the size of them, as a giveaway for my whatnot. I try to give really good whatnot giveaways, so y'all hang out with me. And then this little basket set is gorgeous, and it separates. So the 2 pieces were priced separately, but they work well together, and it's kind of like a bluish. And then a couple salvage pieces. And there's another piece Chris already took to the booth, but she had, I don't even think I got a picture of it. She had a wooden, like a Jeep mold, like the front of a Jeep, like, the Jeep brand Jeeps. And I'm like, oh, Chris, take that to your booth. Don't wait for me to get more of a haul to show, because with the US 12 traffic, I feel like we're blessed to be on US 12. So that brings lots of people into the antique booth, and I didn't want to wait. And I don't think I might have showed it on my social media, the haul from Carrie's sale. But yeah, I'm like, get that in there now because it's a big, heavy piece, and there'll be a lot of traffic coming through for the US 12 sale. So, because yeah, they rent out space in front of Hog Creek that you can sell from. So she opens it to dealers first, and then opens it to anybody else who wants to sell. We did it one year, and it was wonderful, and we were sold out by 11 o'clock. That was wonderful. And then we did it the following year, and we got rain the entire time, and I think that's the last time we ever set up. So, and I'm like, this is just too much work. We're going to do it at the house. And now, yeah, that's just what happens as a reseller. the shopping's the fun part. It's so fun to, buy stuff, all the yummies out there, but yeah. And if it wasn't for their sale, I probably, I don't know how many sales would you stop at before you're like, I'm just calling it kaputs. And like I said, it'd be different if I had the buddy system and there's somebody with me, but there's so much open field spaces, and maybe I was a little tired because I didn't get enough sleep. It doesn't matter. I'm happy with my haul. Everything happens for a reason, right, y'all? And that haul is wonderful. I may try the Niles area, head over that way, leave early I'm a morning person, so we'll see how it all goes. Who knows? You might get another film, or this might be the last trip I make. I love some of the people I've met along the way. They're resellers, following their pages on Facebook now and seeing their treasures. I'm like, oh, that is so awesome. That's so awesome. They got to enter the sales a different area, or I'd be like, oh, I remember going to that place, or I can't believe I didn't run into you there, that kind of thing. But yeah, so yeah, we're constantly, I'm happy for everybody else out there finding those wonderful sales. So thanks for watching, y'all. Let me know if you did any of the sales down in the comments, or you just enjoyed watching me and the craziness of garage selling. See you next time, and you can see what I'm up to. Bye.